Hi.
Hello, welcome everyone to Sing a
Yes,
Lullaby
week 18.
workshop 18.
Wow.
So,
Just seem to be swimming through this very, very beautifully, seamlessly, quite actually.
yeah. So
Hi,
we have
everybody. Good
Cheryl
evening.
Tay with
Yes.
us from Malaysia. Thank
Everybody,
you. Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank you
Cheryl.
so much. Yes.
It's a
most
pleasure to
welcome.
have you with us.
It's an honor for me to be here.
Yeah. So,
Thank you.
yeah, Cheryl has been learning music since she was 3 years old. Her mother
Yeah.
Wow.
was the first teacher who introduced her to the piano, and
Yes.
Hmm.
she went on to learn music from there. She did her grade 8 in piano, viola,
Viola.
violin, and am I missing
Viola.
anything?
Piano, violin, viola. And
Viola.
I did
Wow.
voice very much later.
All right.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
that's great. And you went on to learn music, and then you also went to Australia to do your further education.
Yeah, actually, ironically, I studied accounting and marketing.
Nice.
But I did play with local orchestras in Melbourne,
Hmm.
Australia,
Wow.
as a musician, never as not as a singer actually. I only started singing maybe 10 years ago.
Ah,
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
nice.
And so you took the plunge of leaving your corporate job and getting into music.
Hmm. That's a
Awesome.
Yes.
story that you
More power
must
to you.
share. More power to you. Yes, absolutely. It
Thank
takes
you.
a lot
Thank
And
of
you.
one
grit.
very, very beautiful thing I liked what Cheryl does in Malaysia is that she started something called KL Sings,
Yes.
Yes,
which
you can.
basically her main motive is to help people find their song and their voice, which is such a
Beautiful.
beautiful thing, and to
Yes,
work with communities. So
Yes.
lovely.
to work with communities in workspaces and in the regular society through music. So using
Beautiful.
music as a tool to get
Bring
together as a
people together.
community.
I think music has the ability to
That's
create
amazing.
communities, connect
Yes.
communities, right? Just like it's connecting us now with
That's
Hmm.
you.
so.
Vedanta shared the link on the email actually. So all of you please take a look at it.
Yes, please
And
do.
please.
And Cheryl's also been the director of the oldest music group in Malaysia. So
Yeah, and
Ah,
that's the
okay.
one that I brought to Chennai in
that's the one you brought to Chennai.
2015.
So Cheryl's been to
Nice.
India. She's been to
Yeah,
Chennai. She's been
Yeah.
to Auroville,
and
Pondicherry.
Rajasthan. I did 3 weeks in Rajasthan across
Oh wow, Rajasthan
backpacking.
too.
Wow.
So she
Sounds
brought her
like
choir
fun.
along, and which is where she met a friend of mine called Gayatri, who is also a lullabier. So I
Oh,
think,
really? Do we have her
yeah,
here
she,
today?
she she told me that she'll be joining a bit late. I
Yeah.
think she's
Late.
here
Okay.
already, but so thank you, Gayatri, for putting us in touch with Cheryl Tay, and
Nice.
it's a great honor that we have Cheryl with
Cheryl
us
today.
and
Yeah.
to teach us a Malaysian lullaby. Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm excited. It's both Gurupriya and my first Malaysian song.
Song.
I'm going to learn.
I think you're a bit soft by then.
Oh, all right. Is it better now?
It is. It is better.
Oh, all right.
Instantly better. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
awesome. So that's really good, and we're really looking forward to
Yes,
this.
Cheryl.
Yeah.
Thank you so much once again for joining us today. We're all excited to learn. I can speak for everybody, I'm sure. Can I?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure all of you are
Yes.
excited. Yes. Yeah. So
Okay.
lovely.
So what we could do now is you could just sing us the song, and we will listen to you, and
Okay.
we could um, and then I'll share the lyrics after that.
Okay. So I'll just sing the
You could
song
take
through
us through
first,
the
right?
meaning and the pronunciation, a bit story of the song, and then teach us the lullaby.
Okay, so shall
So,
I sing it through first, and then
yeah.
when you put
So
up the
first you
words,
can
then we'll
just,
go through them. Excellent.
yeah,
Okay,
just sing it.
so the title of the song is called Ikan Keke. Right? So ikan means fish. Keke is a type of fish, and in English it's called a pony fish. Maybe it's got probably a different name, right, in our local language. Anyway, let me just sing it, okay? Ikan keke mailoi iloi, ikan gelama mailai ilai. Nanti adik nak jadi pandai, mari belajar janganlah lalai. Tenang-tenang air di laut, sampan golek mudik ke Tanjung. Hati terkenang, mulut tersenyum, budi yang baik rasa dijunjung. Ikan keke, oi, ikan keke. Ikan keke, oi, ikan keke. So that's the song.
Lovely. Vidhu,
Really
you're on
cool.
mute.
Thank you.
Ah, ah.
Really nice. So I'll share the screen now, so you can
Yeah,
take us through
sure.
the song lyrics, and
The meaning behind the song, perhaps.
I know the pronunciation might be a bit hard for all of us.
Yeah,
But
I'll break it down as well.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I have something that I say before approaching a new language. Approach with love, with compassion, and with this beauty of getting to know someone new.
Something
So
new. Yeah,
please, yes, Cheryl.
Okay.
that was sweet. Yeah.
So the song, it's probably not a lullaby per se, right? Um, it's more of a children's song, but I think the rhythm and the meter of the song lends itself to be like a lullaby. And based on some of the research I've done, mothers would sing this song to their babies. And what is it is? It's based actually on a Malaysian style of poem called a pantun, where the first two lines are basically is you break it down into four lines. So first two lines and two last lines. The first two lines basically are like one storyline, and then the last two lines is normally like the advice or teasing, or in this case, I will explain to you afterwards, right? There are few versions of the song, and the other version which I initially shared with Dan is that it's just about fish and how to cook the fish. So I can imagine that perhaps the mothers, they would sing the song, and the song is a song that has is passed down through oral tradition, right? So there's can't really find who's the composer, but you can make up the lyrics because it's based on this style of what we call pantun or poem. So I would imagine that the mothers are holding their babies to rocking their babies to sleep, and they're just singing words that rhyme. And probably one of the version I have is all about fish, the different types of fish, and how one fish is has more flesh than the other type, and which one's good for curry and which one's good for soup. So it's quite interesting. But we thought for today's session we would do this other version, which
if
may be more appropriate.
if that lullaby were being sung to me, I would be drooling and not be able to sleep.
But the other one has five verses, right? So
Yeah,
maybe
that's true.
for to as you rock your baby to sleep, you're just trying to put the baby to sleep, and you're just continuing on with different verses. Anyway, let me get through the lyrics.
Yes, please.
So look at the chorus first. Ikan means fish. So ikan keke, keke is it means pony fish, right? The word ma means mother, but in this case it's probably just as a filler. So it's ma Eloi Eloi. So it's I. The I is pronounced as a E I L O I. So Eloi Eloi, and the emphasis is on the O. Like so, because when I sang it, it was Ikan keke ma iloy iloy. So there's kind of nice sort of soothing sound. The next line again is ikan. This time is a different fish. Ikan gelama. So ikan gelama. Then the last one will be ma ilai, not Eloy. It's a, right? So ma ilai ilai. Yeah. So if I go through the first two lines, is ikan ke ma iloy iloy, ikan gelama ma ilai ilai. That's the rhythmic pattern. The next line is nanti adik. So adik is what we call anyone who's younger than us, whether it's a boy or a girl. So adik just means you are younger than me, right? So nanti adik nak jadi pandai. Pandai means to be clever. So basically it says, if you want to be clever or intelligent, nanti adik nak jadi pandai. The next line, mari belajar, janganlah lalai. So mari belajar means come and study. Janganlah, that means don't. Janganlah lalai, which means lazy. So if you look at it, you will see that the last words rhyme, like Eloy, Eli, Pandai, Lalai. There's a rhythmic pattern. That's the structure of how a lot of Malaysian songs are. I mean the folk songs anyway. So that's the chorus. The verse. So tenang tenang, air is water, air di laut. Laut is sea. So tenang means calm. So basically it's saying the water in the sea is calm, right? Sampan is a boat, like a small boat. Sampan golek mudik ke Tanjung. So it's going to float towards the bluff, right? Hati means heart. Hati terkenang. So terkenang. Mulut means mouth. Mulut tersenyum. Senyum, the root word, means to smile. So it is your mouth smiles, right? So hati terkenang, mulut tersenyum, budi yang baik, so good deeds, budi yang baik, rasa dijunjung. Rasa means to feel, rasa dijunjung. So basically the whole sentence read, good deeds are exalted. And of course there's a bit of a last line just to end. It just goes ikan ke oi, ikan ke, right? So which is the title of the song. Okay. Let me go through it. Shall I go through it line by line? I'll just do a call and response with you all. So I'll sing one line, then you just sing back.
Yeah, so I'll sing back with you.
Okay. All right.
Let's see.
So I'll do line by line, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before you start, am I hearing the piano?
No. Do you want me to play the piano or
No. I just heard it in between, and I thought that I don't know if Vedant feels the same. But I say it'll be nice if you can, right? Vedant, what do you think?
Yeah, it would be nice. Only thing is when I'm singing, probably.
Like when Cheryl is singing, maybe you can play the piano, and when Vedant's repeating anyway, we'll have. What do you think?
If you like.
Okay.
If you're okay with it, I mean, only if you're
I'm okay
comfortable.
either way. Yeah.
It sounded nice in between when I heard your fingers going.
Okay. So this is the. Can you hear the piano, right? So maybe I'll just play the piano. Can you hear?
Which key are we singing it in?
I'm starting on an A. Ikan ya i. Okay, so I'll just play on the piano first, and then I'll sing it, right? Ikan ke ma iloy iloy. Your turn. 2, 3.
Ikan ke ma iloy iloy.
Perfect. The next line. Ikan gelama ma ilai ilai. Ikan
galama ma ilai ilai.
Yeah. So if you want to do a more Malaysian inflection, you can go Ma Eli, Eli. If
Oh,
you wanted to be more of
Ma
an inflection,
Eli, Eli.
Eli. Yeah.
It's
So shall we do the?
quite Indian
Yeah,
there. So.
a little bit. Yeah, because it got nice
Yeah,
pattern,
yeah,
right? Shall
yeah,
we do the two lines together? Do the
yeah,
two lines together. Okay,
yeah.
I'll do the two lines, then you do back the two lines. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe if you could reduce the piano volume, someone said
Sure.
piano is a bit too loud. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
2, 3. Ikan keke ma iloi iloi, ikan gelama ma ilai ilai.
Ikan keke ma iloy iloy, ikan galama ma ilay ilay.
Perfect. The next line. Nanti adik nak jadi pandai.
Nanti adik nak jadi pandai.
Mari belajar janganlah lalai.
Mari belajar janganlah lalai.
Oh my god, you can speak Malay already.
Is
Perfect.
it? I think I need to book my ticket to Malaysia.
Come, come. So let me do, I'll just do the two last lines
Yeah.
together, okay? Nanti adik nak jadi pandai, mari belajar janganlah lalai.
Nanti adik nak jadi pandai, mari belajar janganlah lalai. I think
Perfect.
I'm doing something wrong in janganlah.
Actually, it's yeah. I think I also switch it around a little bit. As long as the words are in there, it's fine.
Oh, all right. Okay.
It's okay.
All
Do you
right.
want to do the whole verse together? One whole verse?
Okay.
And then we go on to the chorus. We'll do the whole chorus.
All right.
I'll do it one round, the whole four lines, and then you repeat, okay?
All right.
Ikan keke ma iloi iloi, ikan gelama ma ilai ilai. Nanti adik nak jadi pandai, mari belajar janganlah lalai.
Ikan keke ma iloy iloy, ikan galama ma ilai ilai. Nanti adik nak jadi pandai, mari belajar jangan lalai.
Around there.
Almost there.
Almost there, the last line.
Mari
But it's fine.
belajar jangan lalai. Is
Yeah,
that
there's so many ways to sing that, and it's all correct. I
ah,
mean, it's fine. Yeah.
all right.
Okay, we'll go on to the verse.
All right.
So it starts with the F sharp. The verse starts on an F sharp. Tenang, tenang, air di laut.
Tanang tanang air di laut.
So it's more tenang rather than ta. More
Oh,
tenang,
tanang.
yeah. Tenang, tenang, air is water, air. So tenang, tenang, air di laut.
Tenang tenang air di laut.
Sampan golek mudik ke Tanjung.
Sampan golek mudik ke Tanjung.
Perfect. We'll just do those two lines, okay?
All right.
So so you can also be tenang tenang, right? Calm. Tenang tenang air di laut, sampan golek mudik ke Tanjung.
Tenang tenang air di laut. Sampan golek mudik tanjong. No,
Uh,
I did something
it's
like
okay, but like Sampan Gole Mudik ke Tanjong.
sampan golek mudik tanjong.
Yes, perfect. Then I'll just go on to the third line.
Yeah.
Hati terkenang, mulut tersenyum.
Hati terkenang, mulut tersenyum.
I'll just repeat that, okay? Hati terkenang, mulut tersenyum.
Hati tersenang, mulut tersenyum.
Is that correct? Let me do that again. Hati terkenang, mulut tersenyum.
Hati terkenang, mulut tersenyum.
Yes. Budi yang baik rasa dijunjung.
Budi yang baik rasa dijunjung.
Yeah. So I'll do all four lines of the verse.
Tenang, tenang.
Tenang-tenang di hati, okay? So calm your heart down.
Yeah.
Tenang-tenang air di laut, sampan golek mudik ke Tanjung. Hati terkenang, mulut tersenyum, budi yang baik rasa dijunjung.
Tenang, tenang air di laut, sampan golek mudik ke Tanjung. Hati terkenang, mulut tersenyum, budi yang baik rasa dijunjung.
Yeah, I think it's the last lines that get a bit complicated.
Yeah,
But it's
the
fine.
spacings
Actually,
of
it's
each
okay.
word. Yeah,
Yeah, as long as the meaning is still there, it's normally fine.
right.
Shall we do from the top?
Yeah.
I do the whole thing and then you do the whole thing from the top.
All right. And how are we doing with everyone? Is the pace okay? Is it
Yeah.
too
Do
slow, too
we
fast? Do we need to do anything again?
Does
shall
anyone
we
have
give
any
them
questions?
the power for 2 minutes?
Yeah. Please do
Sorry.
the verse. The
Once
verse
again.
once
The
again.
verse
Sure.
once
Oh,
I
again.
can
okay.
do
Sure.
that. I'll do it line by line as well, okay?
Yeah.
So
Do it
this is the
line by
F
line.
sharp. Okay. Tenang-tenang air di laut.
Tenang, tenang air di laut.
So laut, yeah, the sea. Sampan golek mudik ke Tanjung.
Sampan golek mudik ke Tanjung.
That's fine. Hati terkenang, mulut tersenyum.
Hati terkenang, mulut tersenyum.
Budi yang baik rasa dijunjung.
Budi yang baik rasa dijunjung.
Yeah, so that's the verse. Does anyone have any more questions or like me to repeat something?
Maybe
Maybe
what we could do is we
we
could
can.
maybe allow people to
Yeah,
unmute themselves.
Sure.
for a few
Uh,
minutes and then
yeah.
go over the song again. Yeah.
Yes. Let me.
The chorus is. Yeah, it
Power
goes
to
silent. You're right.
unmute. All right. You all have the power to unmute. So if you all would like,
Straightforward. It's pretty straightforward.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
not difficult.
Hi, Shresh.
Sheesh,
Uh,
yeah.
so someone was asking about the word mak. So ikan ke mak loy. The case not very pronounced, but it's still mak, like the k at the end.
It's
So it's
silent.
not yeah mak Eloy. Yeah.
Mahila. It's more like an H almost. Ma. Ma.
Uh,
Oi.
not ma, but ma. I still say a
Ma.
k, ma,
Ma.
like
Ma.
Oh,
uh,
okay.
Oh, all
because
right.
So at
the
the
word
back of your tongue, maybe like
ma,
your from the
Ma.
ma.
mach,
Yeah,
mach
Oh,
Eloy,
without the
Eloy.
H sound actually.
without the
Ma,
H. Yeah.
ma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not ma. No, there's no H sound, just ma.
Mach.
Yeah,
Okay.
ma. Yeah, that's right. Perfect, ma.
Ma.
Mach.
Yeah, but Eloy, Eloy. Of course, because we are singing it as a lullaby, so maybe we will sing it more like a bit
Yes.
gentler.
Yes.
Just
I think.
Yeah, if you
tanang
do it
tanang.
as a yeah, if you do it as a day song, that would be like, Ikan
I think.
keke mak Eloy, Eloy. Then you do it a bit more upbeat if it was a daytime song.
That's true. Cheryl,
Right.
you were also telling me that there are no lullabies in the Malaysian tradition, and it's just children's songs.
It's
How is it?
called, I don't think they categorize it as a lullaby per se.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there are specific songs that are about putting your child to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when I was looking through, I was doing my own research on this because going, oh, lullaby. Um, there was actually a compilation, and actually, this song was part of the compilation. So I guess like the children's song, you would adapt it, and I guess it's just the style of singing it more
Mm-hmm.
gentle or as a clapping song, because there's another song which is a more of a clapping song, and they actually put it in this album that's for as a lullaby album. So I was like quite
Okay.
surprised, but I guess it's the way you sing it as well. Yeah.
Is there any particular word that um, sort of conveys that this is for the baby to sleep, or you know,
Like
just
in
the word
Tamil,
sleep,
we
like
have Jojo or Araro,
arido.
Ariraro, which don't have any meaning, but we sing them. We sing this particular word while
In
making children sleep. Or in
oh,
Spanish, it's Aru, Aru,
oh,
Aru.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know that in Malay, normally we call it dodoi, like lagu
Dodoy.
lagu means song, so you call it dodoi. But it's funny. I live in the capital, and I asked all my Malay friends, and they're like, "Oh, we were not sung to sleep, so we couldn't remember any
Okay.
song." Okay, there's a question here. Does the E sound different in K and G lama? Yeah. So with the Malaysian language, so this is when I was a child, we had to learn. So for
Mm-hmm.
example, it's learning the vowels, right? So for example, we would have to recite B-A ba, B-E b, B-E bear. So there's a b and a bear. So depending on how you use the E, it's either a or eh.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, so we have to learn like B A ba, B I B, B E B, B E bear, B O bo, C H R. So this is how we repeated in kindergarten, right? So there's two types of pronunciations for the E, or eh. So keke is a eh, gelama is a sound. Yeah, good
Okay.
question. It's making me think as well.
Because we're trying to replace English. I mean, we're trying to. I'm sure Malaysian script will be different from English, right? So it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not so
Is it?
difficult. It's in Malaysia we call it bahasa baku. That means it's like read as it's pronounced as it's read. So it's not a terribly challenging language, I think, to learn.
Okay.
I think so. It's number one. It's written, right, so it's not in what do you call that, character language. It's not like
Mm,
script, so it's making it a little bit more accessible. It's not like Chinese
right.
characters or Hindi script, right? So the
Right.
fact that it's in letters is a lot easier already. Yeah.
hey, nice.
Any
Okay.
Gayatri is
Gayatri
here.
is here.
So you'd like
Yeah,
to.
I can't
Okay.
see
Yeah.
you. Where are you, Gayatri?
She's here. You can unmute yourself.
Hi, nice, Cheryl. Nice to see you.
Hi, good to see
A lovely
you.
song.
Oh, great. Hoping you enjoy it. Thanks
I'm
for
not exposed
introducing
to
me.
Malayan at all. I mean, it's completely new. Thanks to Vedant and Gurupriya bringing this together. I would have dreamt about learning Malayan song. Lovely.
It's our first
Cool.
time too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you again for the opportunity to introduce Malaysian songs.
Thank you for gracefully
Yes,
accepting.
absolutely.
I'll do anything for Gayatri.
Yes.
Oh yes, thanks to Gayatri for
Thank you to
putting
Gayatri.
us
Yes.
with Cheryl.
And it's nice with each
I
of
was.
these connections. I mean, you discover something new. So, I mean, you just throw a googly kind of, I mean, can you teach a song? And she's more than willing to say, yes, I will. So, I mean, where do you find people
Googly.
like
I
this?
like that word googly. It's almost like
Nice.
that. Yeah. Lovely.
So,
So shall
okay.
we go through the song now? Does
Yes.
anyone
Any
Sure.
would like to say
questions?
anything? Should we do anything differently, or are we going okay? I think one thing we can do is reduce the tempo of the song, so that
Yeah.
once
Bit
it's
more
I
a little
agree.
gentle.
more lilting also, and
Yeah.
I think that would just make it easier also to pronounce the
To
words.
break down the
Yeah.
words as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So, as I mentioned before, it's chorus and then verse. Of course, the other version has a lot of verses. It'll be chorus, verse, and then there's an ending, right? Which I haven't technically taught, but it's just ikan
Kan
keke.
ke oi.
Ke.
Hmm. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, we didn't do
So,
that line.
yeah, but then I mean, depending if it's a lullaby, maybe you don't want to go oi too loudly. You might go ikan keke oi, ikan keke,
Or
ikan
maybe you should go
keke.
doi, doi.
Well,
Kan
okay,
ke.
any word you want actually.
No, doi you said is
Doi.
for sweet, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
someone
That'll
is
be like.
asking to do it without the piano. Sure,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, normally we would sing it without an instrumentation anyway, right?
Yes.
So, shall
Okay.
we do the whole song
Yeah.
together?
Let's do the whole song.
Yes.
Okay.
One
We'll
second. Just give me
mute.
1 second
Oh, yeah,
to
to put the words back up.
yeah,
Yeah, and mute, I think.
mute, mute all, and I'm going to ask you to unmute. And Gurupriya, yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
I'll
Okay.
stay mute.
I just did a quick mute all, and yeah. All right. So now I'll share the screen.
Text, yeah.
Yeah. So we go through this without the piano.
Mm. So I'm going to start on an A. So, should I do the whole chorus and then you sing it back to me, Vedan?
No, let's do line by line and slowly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, one line by line, call and
Yeah.
response. Okay.
Yes.
Ikan keke ma iloy iloy.
Ikan ke ma iloy iloy.
Ikan gelama ma ilai ilai.
Ikan galama ma ilai ilai.
Nanti adik nak jadi pandai.
Nanti adik nak jadi.
Mari belajar jangan lalai.
Mari belajar jangan lalai.
So just the one word, just now the word pandai, clever.
All right.
You kind of pronounce it as pantai. Pantai means seashore. So
All right. So it's pandai.
so it's a D, pandai, die with a die, as in die,
Pandai.
die. Yeah,
All right.
pandai.
Right.
Not pantai means yeah, beach. So
Oh, all right. All right.
okay, even though the next line is about water. Okay, the next line.
Yeah.
Tenang, tenang air di laut.
Tenang, tenang air di laut.
Sampan golek mudik ke Tanjung.
Sampan golek mudik ke Tanjung.
Hati terkenang, mulut tersenyum.
Hati terkenang, mulut tersenyum.
Budi yang baik rasa dijunjung.
Budi yang baik rasa di jong jong.
Ya. Budi yang baik rasa dijunjung.
Budi yang baik rasa di jong jong.
Then the N will be ikan keke, oi, ikan keke, ikan
Ikan
keke.
keke, oi, ikan keke.
Then that just gets repeated another time.
Ikan,
Ikan keke, ikan keke.
ikan keke, ikan keke. Wow, nice.
Very nice.
Oh, first Malaysian song.
Yes. It's a very beautiful song. Very
Yeah, it's quite.
beautiful. I think the tune is very. Once the pronunciation, you crack the pronunciation. I think
Yeah, it's a
it's
very
lovelier.
catchy, simple,
Yeah,
like simple,
simple tune.
straightforward,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's kind of when you sing it slowly, it's very lilting.
Yes.
Mm.
Especially that ikan ke,
Okay.
oi, ikan ke.
Okay. Yeah.
That would be
They
the
so
line to
hopefully the
just
child will
sing
be
and
asleep by then.
Right. I think if we have the poetic freedom, maybe we can use that poetic license
so
or whatever.
Cheryl was
Doing.
also telling me that because the other one, the one with the fish, maybe you can just sing one stanza from that and show us how it is. So
Sure. Do
apparently,
you put the words up? Do you have the words for that, or you don't have? You
I
didn't
have it.
get it.
I'll share it. But it seems that that the verses keep getting added depending on how long the baby takes to
I
sleep.
Takes to
think
sleep.
so. I
Yeah,
think
that is a
so.
very long.
Yeah, I've shared with you two verses, but in my original script, there's actually five verses.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So let me sing through that one. Later if
Please
you can
Sure.
share the screen
let me
later,
try
it
this.
show you the
Yeah,
meaning of the words, right? So even the chorus is slightly different, right? So I'll just sing the whole thing.
yeah. Can you
Yes,
sing along?
this is the first version. This is the
Yeah,
version I'm going to sing now. So you
yeah,
can maybe follow the pronunciation. I'll do it slowly, right? Okay.
yeah. We want to
E-
learn this one, but you can just sing it and show it to us. And
yes, yes. So you can look at the translation. How about like the type of fish is delicious when cooked as a type of soup or delicious cooked as a curry? Okay. Ikan keke mailoi iloi, ikan gelama mailai ilai, nanti adik mailoi iloi, pulang sama mak mailai ilai. Ada satu si ikan parang, badannya panjang berbelang-belang. Isinya sikit isinya sikit banyak tulang, sedap dimakan kalau masak pindang. Ikan keke mailoi iloi, ikan gelama mailai ilai, nanti adik mailoi iloi, pulang sama mama ilai ilai. Ada satu si ikan pari, badannya bulat penuh isi, sedap dimakan kalau masak kari. Jangan lupa taruh lebih cili. Ikan keke mak iloi iloi, ikan gelama mak ilai ilai, nanti adik mak iloi iloi, pulang sama mak ilai ilai. Ikan keke, oi, ikan keke. Ikan keke, oi, ikan keke.
Lovely.
So that's the one with the different types of fish. So maybe that's how you teach children what types of fish about fish and how to buy it at the market. I don't know.
Somehow I felt when you were singing the last line, Ikan
Mm-hmm.
ke oi, I also felt
Mm-hmm.
it feels like maybe it's a fisherman's, I don't know. It sounds like
Fish
that,
by
like a
coming to the
boat
sea.
song.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
yeah, boat song
the
could
whole
be.
Yeah, like a
lilt.
boat song. Yeah, right.
It sounds
It
like
has
that.
that sort of like yeah, that feeling like you're
Yeah.
on a boat and you're yeah. I
Hmm.
mean a lot of Malaysia is surrounded by it's a peninsula. Malaysia is a very thin country that's long and surrounded, so a lot of the songs might have been
Yeah.
also from the sea in that sense,
See, right.
and then
Yeah,
because
Mm.
could
of
be.
oral tradition it just brings back, and then you come home and your wife is trying to just put the child to bed and they just singing similar
Talking
songs.
about the catch.
Yeah. And which fish to cook
Maybe.
for what.
If that child is me trying to go to sleep, I'll be thinking about the curry and the tasty fish
Maybe
that's
it's like
being prepared.
subliminal, what you call that? Subliminal messaging, right? So when you grow up, you was like, oh, this fish is got a lot of flesh. This fish is very skinny. This fish is good for curry. This one's good for soup. This one's good for frying.
So this is a good song to learn all that.
Yeah. I think you
Right.
can, yeah. I think people do take liberties with the words because when I was doing the research to look at the verses,
Mm-hmm.
the actual lyrics, there are so many different lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
because for me, my mom was a music teacher, so I actually have a very old book from
Okay.
1970 something that is of Malaysian and folk songs. And
Okay.
Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore, we share a lot of the songs as well.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was looking at that, the fish lyrics are the ones that came up in that book, right?
Hmm.
And I was going like, oh no, they wanted a lullaby, not a fish song, but the melody is very pretty.
Right.
So when I did other research, there's actually other lyrics as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the version 2 has different lyrics.
Ah.
So
Right.
people
Yeah, when I
just
was also seeing about like searching about this song after you had shared it with me, I found a couple of other versions
Versions.
which had different lyrics and some
based on
other like another kind of advice also.
yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
So
yeah.
a lot of the songs give advice. I mean, when I was looking through the book and I've done a session on Malaysian folk songs with my choir, a lot of songs about subliminally giving advice to the children. Study hard, be a bit more religious, pray at night, but it's always about study hard, be good, do
Eat
good, right?
well.
Do good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's all the things that you want for your children, I guess,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, the
It's
right?
version I saw
interesting.
had do good, don't do harm to anyone,
Yeah.
be peaceful, be kind,
Yes.
and of course, study hard was also there.
Always
Study hard.
study hard. It's
Yeah.
an Asian thing, right? Study
Yes.
hard, study hard.
Yeah.
I think it's an Asian thing.
Yeah.
Entire Asia like loves academics.
From the time you are born, study hard.
Study hard.
That's right.
Right. It's also interesting you said doi doi is the term in Malaysian for sleep. Recently, when Vedant and I were going through a Sinhalese lullaby that was shared with us, doi doi is also the word in Sinhalese.
Okay.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Doi doi. Yeah, the song starts with doi doi.
Similar
It's
waters. I think the
nice.
Indian Ocean
Yeah.
flows
Yes,
through us.
definitely the language
Hmm.
will have also come down to the Malaysian archipelago. I mean, after all, in the
Hmm.
1400s, it was the what do you call that?
One.
They used to bring yeah, used to travel, right, from India. The merchants would travel to Malacca, and then the
Hmm.
Chinese merchants would travel from like China and meet in Malacca, and then that's
Hmm.
where they would exchange spices.
Right.
Yeah, so
Right.
from the 1400s, we would have people coming in to Malaysian ports. So definitely a lot of the words that we have are borrowed from different languages. and you find very similar languages, similar words are used, sometimes in a bit of a different context, but still with the similar root meaning of the words as
Right.
well. Yeah, just like your name,
Nice.
right? Guru. Of course, in Malay language, it means teacher as well.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah.
So Shruti has a question.
Okay.
She said,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask why there are no lullabies in Bhasa.
Lullabies and
Is it
I don't
because it is a constructed language? Because I have heard lullabies in Sudanese and dialects.
dialects. Would
Would
love to
love to
know.
know, she says.
I don't think I would say there's no lullabies. It's just that I'm Malaysian of Chinese origin, so some of these Malay songs are not my background, but a lot of the songs aren't categorized as lullabies per se, right? So my references would be based on a bit more modern references. Like there was a album that was put out in an attempt to bring back all these old songs, old Malay songs, and it was a list of songs, and they were saying, "Oh, those are lagu-lagu." Lagu means song, so lagu-lagu dodoi. So there's
No,
no.
Dolly.
So I won't say there isn't any lullabies. I guess how it's sung to the children, and a lot of them might have been categorized as a children's song, folk songs.
I did research about this after you told me because it really, it almost shocked me when they said there are no
Yeah.
lullabies. So I went and looked, and even in Mama Lisa, which is like a huge resource for
Yes,
children's songs,
yes,
I looked for Malaysian lullaby and I could only find Malaysian children's songs. I
yes.
Mm.
mean, they
There's
were
no lullaby.
classified
Yeah,
only as Malaysian children's songs.
exactly.
And even on YouTube and Google, I looked and looked and looked, but only Malaysian children's songs show up.
Yeah.
Mm.
And some of them could be lullabies, as in they, but they're not classified as lullabies.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, so, for example, last year there's a famous Malaysian Indonesian song called Rasa Sayang A, and it's one of those happy songs. And
Mm-hmm.
there's verses. The verses are similar to this, where it's four-line verses.
Mm-hmm.
We wrote completely new verses because of the COVID. So it's one of those songs where everyone knows the song Rasa Sayang A, and then we just changed the verses to suit to give advice basically, and I've recorded that.
Oh.
Actually, I'll send you the link. But then, so we recorded it to so that we could give advice to our fellow Malaysians of if you go to the market, please wear a mask. Don't forget to
Right.
wash your hands and follow the rules. And
Right.
so it's kind of updated. You can write new verses as long as
Mm.
the structure is there, as long as it rhymes, the last words rhyme, and all that. So
Mm.
That's the beauty of oral tradition.
Tradition,
yes,
right.
yes.
Uh, lovely.
Nice.
Mm,
A lot
okay.
of people are giving their opinion
Oh
on.
Yeah.
yeah, it's very
Yes.
interesting to read.
Tula is
Yeah,
made with
we'll go
Malay
through that.
kingdoms and with Indonesian
The
kingdoms.
information.
Yeah, a lot of Malaysian songs and Indonesian songs have very similar backgrounds because we were
Mm-hmm.
one whole big kingdom before in that sense. So we do share a lot of songs, and then sometimes we like to challenge each other over the origins of the song. So sometimes we say, "Oh, it's a Malaysian song," then they say, "No, no, no, it's an Indonesian song." So we're like, "Okay, it's a song from the archipelago, right? That whole where we are, that whole area, we
Mm-hmm.
share similar songs, but sometimes the words are changed, or there's even one very beautiful song, and then there was a very famous Chinese singer who made
Mm-hmm.
that song very popular. And I thought it was a Chinese song because it was made very popular by Chinese singer. But then actually, because she was very huge in Indonesia, so she took an old folk song, put Chinese words on it, recorded it, and then everyone knew her version. But they didn't know the folk song version. Yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's
Mm.
quite interesting, I guess, how the songs move, right? Songs move.
Mm.
They
Yeah.
get taught, especially those days with the sea voyage, right? So I guess if you sang a song, the people, your shipmates, would sing that song, and then when they go to the port, they'll whistle the tune or sing the tune, and someone else will pick up
And
that
so it
song, and then
just
just travels, right?
Nice.
Lovely.
Yeah.
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 It's lovely
Before
how
the
Nice
days of
music
Google
explanation.
and
Yeah.
travels.
internet.
In fact, there is one lullaby which I know in Tamil, which has the same. There is the exact same tune, a Rajasthani folk song,
Oh,
but that's a Rudali. So Rudali
Oh.
is a song which is sung when people pass on, and you sing this, to as a song for the soul to journey
Return.
into the next phase or next
yeah.
wherever the soul goes after that. So it's so beautiful. But one is a lullaby which you make a
Yeah.
baby sleep, and the other, the Rajasthani one, is the final sleep.
So by
Hmm.
different languages, right? So different words, I
Wow.
guess.
Different words. The words are different, but the
Of
tune
course.
is
Yeah.
exactly the same. It's exactly the
Wow.
same. There's no difference.
It's crazy.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of songs like that. You know, you hear a melody that's so pretty, and then you just take that melody and then put your own words.
Hmm.
There's some songs like this. I mean, before the days of internet, I've discovered some of these songs. Like there's a very popular Malay Indonesian song that a lot of people do line dancing to, but there's an English version of that song as well.
Wow.
So I guess someone might have heard the
Hmm.
melody and then they say, "Oh, let's take this melody and
Hmm.
put words to it." Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Nice.
Lovely.
So now,
Hmm.
shall we
Yeah.
sing the entire song?
Once.
Maybe with the piano, without the piano, with I
I
think
think
without.
without the piano,
Yeah,
right?
let's do
Better,
without the
right?
piano.
Let me see. Let me
Okay.
see what I have a nice melody.
And maybe Cheryl, you just sing it slowly, and we'll
Okay.
Huh.
just mute ourselves and follow you.
And follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Oh,
I'm going to do it on a different pitch, maybe, so that I can just follow that.
sure, sure.
Sure.
Just give me 1 second. I'll share screen so that.
Hmm.
So I'm just going to go. I did it in for those of you who read music. I did it in D major, but I'm just going to do C major now so that I can follow my little. Ikan keke ma iloy iloy, ikan gelama ma ilai ilai. Nanti adik nak jadi pandai, mari belajar jangan lalai. Tenang-tenang air di laut, sampan golekmu di ke Tanjung. Hati terkenang, mulut tersenyum, budi yang baik rasa dijunjung. Ikan kekep mak iloy iloy, ikan gelama mak ilai ilai. Nanti adik nak jadi pandai, mari belajar jangan lalai. Ikan keke, oi, ikan keke. Ikan keke, oi, ikan keke.
Wow, beautiful.
It's lovely. That
Yeah,
is
I just
lovely.
changed the pitch a bit.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you for
so
Yes.
much
coming
for
on.
having me on board. So lovely to see everybody and be able to share this song.
Yes. Thank you, Cheryl. Thanks a
Thank you,
lot for
Yes,
thank you
come
sharing
to
the
so much.
song.
Malaysia, come to
And
Malaysia. Please come to Malaysia.
Sure.
Though I really want to go back to India, okay, but now you all demand us to be vaccinated before we can go. So that's going to
Right.
be a while.
hmm.
So thank you very much
Yes.
everyone for
Thank
coming.
you.
Single Lullaby workshop. This
Week
is a
18.
completely crowd-funded workshop. So we thank you all for your contributions. Whatever
Yes. Thank
you
you.
all have done, all these will be collected to make 4 albums of 13 songs
18.
each. So total of 52 lullabies, and Cheryl will be now featuring in this album.
Yes.
We'll try and get your voice recorded, and that'll
Yes.
be beautiful. So thank you so much once again, Cheryl,
Yes.
for joining
Thank you.
us. And
Thank you,
Anytime.
Cheryl. Thank you so much on behalf of all of us.